Welcome to another epic episode of Who's Next. Today I'm not alone, I'm with the main man, Athanasius Masuma, the man behind Limpopo Tribune. Ladies and gents, help me welcome this great man. The brother, how's it?
Yeah. Great, man. It feels good to be here. Thanks for the invite.
No. Flawless, the brother. You know, sometimes in life, some things will happen as if it's fate, which was given, but then some they happen as if it's a fluke. So I just want you to take us to down memory lane. Who's Athanasius Masuma? In fact, who's Mr. Flamboyant?
As he is affectionately known.
For the benefits of those who don't know.
Athanasius Masuma is a village guy, all the way from Fontaine, Ramatala, just outside Polokwane. Born and bred there, schooled there, and the community and the village indeed made me to be who I am now. But you know, as time goes by, as people recognize what you do, they say, no, man, there is something flamboyant about this man. and then he recognized the flamboyancy, yes. And hence people started to call him Mr. Flamboyant. But he would often start to say people look flamboyant. Okay. Would acknowledge when people are flamboyant.
Maybe to break down the weight for the benefit of those who don't know what flamboyant means. What's the meaning of flamboyant?
You know, flamboyant started as a compliment when we were still doing our degrees in the University of Limbopo, and one gentleman was just looking very good,
very neat,
brightly colored and very attractive, catching the attention of the people. And then that's when the word goes and say, hey, you look flamboyant. So he's a forever looking flamboyant kind of a man.
Okay. So, look, the brother, we know that we are all groomed by communities, and after matriculating, we all go to various places. What led you to come to University of Limpopo?
I mean, from Amatale, as I said, the first thing that got to the mind, you did not even know the entry or the gate of the university, how they look like. And there you are excelling at high school. And when you finish up, and the first university that came to the mind was the University of Limpopo, particularly with the rich history that it has. So I did not even think twice, but to say, this is the university where I want to, further my studies.
Okay, and I guess that this is the very same university that took you abroad for the first time.
For the first time in a plane. It is through the University of Limpopo that I got an opportunity to go study at the University of Notre Dame in Indiana State in the United States. So it was one of those moments whenever I think about them, I go like, yeah, man. But what?
Okay, comparing what we're having here at home and comparing it with, US,
Jeez.
What did you enjoy the most, and how was the environment that side for you?
Well, I think US has played a very huge role. Credit be given with you. The huge role is that as far as infrastructure is concerned, they kind of ahead of us with quite a lot of things in terms of in the classroom where we study, the gadgets that we have, that we are handed over. How they assist as far as studying is concerned. So it has played a huge role. One other thing was just touring it, because during the weekend we would go and take it to school tours, which one of the most memorable moments was to visit Michael Jackson's childhood home in Gary. It was one of those moments you don't sleep at night. Tomorrow I'm going there.
Okay.
But
you're anticipating in a way.
Researching, doing the moon dance, walk. It's like no, Michael Jackson must be watching me wherever he is.
Okay, fine, sharp. Drawing your stay at US and coming back home and you developing, these venture club in the media industry. Where did it all start? Was it something which was influenced by the US, or it's something that you knew way back from home that I want to study media?
Well, it was combination of both. It dates from primary, it dates from secondary. I was very excelling in accounting, So I was very great with accounting that my teachers wanted me to be an accountant.
Okay.
Yeah, but with the love for radio, knowing that it's the theater of imagination, it relies on the ear and the ear only. and landed in the capable hands of the late Dr. Buba, who was then Murutu Buba on Travel FM, to being in the United States and going to Chicago to visit Chicago Tribune. That's all where dreams started from. And when you tour there, you tour media, you love media, you've always been in the media. And that's when you say, you know what, one of the good days I want to not only be a media personality, but be in ownership of media.
Okay. So are you saying that the US combining it with what you were studying here at UL gave you that deep root into the industry?
Well, it did because in the United States I was studying English.
Okay.
And I was studying media here. So why I'm saying the University of Limbopo really played a very much a big role, and I'll forever give credit and be indebted to all the lecturers here, because combination of those has brought these great things that we are busy doing, and the greatness that we are busy with, and I think that's one of the best. But the state just shaped and gave confidence and say, you know what, impossible is nothing, the sky's the limit. Whatever the mind can conceive, believe it can achieve.
So you broke out with having like an initiative or an organization peer on peer. You still remember?
Yeah.
Downfall, or it's still to regroup and come back to reality, because I feel like it's high time you reinvest that and create that and amalgamate everybody and amalgamate all the points.
True that, because the peer-on-peer educators was such a powerful concept.
Yeah.
Also from the classroom in Notre Dame, because we were tasked to come up with a community project, and that community project you have to go and implement it at home. So I came here and started the peer-on-peer educators, gathered all the peers and said, guys, let's go to high schools and go inspire our fellow peers. And then I'm glad that quite a lot of guys that I had in the group, including yourself, are doing wonders as far as the media is concerned. Your likes of Abu Thabo Mkhabela, who's now on the Shorten Scheme Sam, Gaddafi the poet, who are doing wonders. They played a very huge role. The likes of your poetic lion, they've done wonders, the guys. And we changed, we shaped ideas, and we still meet some of the people who said, guys, if it was not because of you, I mean, we would have been here.
Okay. Look, with us going to schools, like shaping, and motivating, we all had, different professions. Yours was in the media industry, and I remember by the time we broke in, you were still at Radioactive. What led to you running from Radioactive? What happened? Did you run or you just...
No. I would call it running per se.
Okay.
I would always make an example, like a room. You outgrow it, and you move into an apartment, you outgrow it, and you get a house. Radioactive has played a very huge role. The first time when the dream becomes a reality, where you've always wanted to be a radio personality, and now Radioactive lent you that opportunity, and you do wonders, speaking with thousands and thousands of listeners. So it was time to move on and to experience other things and to see, how good you are.
Yeah.
Can't you just, showcase your talent, countrywide? And the Radioactive time came, and there was a time where, I had to.
So, can we say Radioactive built and molded you into the industry?
Yes, it did. That's where Mr. Flamboyant comes from.
Oh.
That's when I was doing this show called The Wings of
The Love Show.
Yeah, the Love Show, where the listeners fell in love with Mr. Flamboyant, the flamboyant one. Still remember the jingles in the back of my head, making, your nights memorable and never the same again. So it forever be indebted to it.
Okay, looking at the impact that Radioactive played and where you are right now, what are the similarities and what are the differences? Well, especially when coming to the media sector.
Well, I call it an institution, Radioactive. It has produced wondrous, individuals, and products of Radioactive are doing great. Are people we look up to into the media fraternity, are the people whom remains our inspiration, our colleagues now, some of them, but a lot of them are from this, and that's why much respect to it, and it played a role, continues to play a role. Quite a lot of people in this industry, if you tell them and ask them, credit must be given.
Where did you start? They'll say Radioactive.
They'll say Radioactive. If you are a media graduate from the University of Limbopo and you have not passed in that pot, perhaps you must just go back and
we passed it. Have you ever done, I mean, like a graveyard slot, 3 to 6?
Yeah. I mean, that's where it started. That was my first
Yeah,
show.
most of the time, most of the people.
My
Yeah.
first show, and I think I should just take this moment and send my condolences to my producer of mine on the graders slot, Sfiso Mkabela, who was now working at the Ligwalagwala FM and just died, in a car accident. So sad that when he started the radio, he came to me, and I was proud that I also groomed him and I produced the greatest. PT, the world was still gonna get much from him, but those was the greatest slot. I would be with Sfiso from 12 to 3. 12 to 3, Monday to Friday, and we would do a radio, and it felt like it was midday show, but it was midnight.
So you're in the media industry. Should we expect any comeback at radio, or it's just, I mean, like you're venturing in other things?
Well, a comeback would always be a comeback. It must be expected. Radio is us, and without the radio, man, you feel like there is just a part of you that is still empty there. So we can never say never in this industry. We maneuver around it because we are in this industry, because we love it. That's why we are flexible in a lot of things. So should an opportunity arise to go back to radio, I wouldn't think twice.
Definitely grab it with both hands.
Yeah, that was the first line. It's like that first line.
Okay, fine, sharp, ne? We've seen you in radio doing massive, and right now we are having this newborn Limpopo baby.
Yeah.
Like, can you explain the baby to us, Limpopo Tribune?
Limpopo Tribune, such an exciting, like you see how we started to say how both the two institutions have played role. The dream started when we took a trip to Chicago, the Windy City in Illinois. And there was Chicago Tribune, which is a newspaper that side. So we used to newspapers being called Times, Daily What, and I was so curious and very inquisitive behind the word Tribune. What is Tribune? Only to find out that Tribune is it's someone who defends and upholds the rights of the people. So I said, I want to own a newspaper that can defend and uphold the rights of the people of this beautiful province, of this beautiful country, South Africa and Limpopo, and that's why Limpopo Tribune was born, which it goes by the name Limpopo Tribune, your eyes, your ears, of the people of Limpopo as far as news is concerned.
Okay, look, looking at how most, I mean, like papers are, things are downgrading, more especially when coming to printing. So with you, is it only gonna be you guys relying on printing, or you either, I mean, like venturing in other platforms?
Look, we are in three.
Okay.
We on social media, across all social media platforms. We are there's Limpopo Tribune breaking all the news. We are the leading newsbreaker in the province and arguably in the country. So we also find online. We offer online publication. We also offer print. So we are in all angles. So when you go to social media, when you switch on to your Facebook, Limpopo Tribune is the news you can rely on. Instagram, on Twitter is the news you should rely on. And online we offer you, the online vision of the Limpopo Tribune, your eyes, your ears, and we'll also be able to get a print publication of it. So that's why we are saying we wanted to merge those together and say, can't we do greatness out of that?
Look, we from Limpopo and we know that most of our people here, they rely on traditional media, more especially buying papers and listening to radio. What is it that's different that Limpopo Tribune is bringing to the industry or to the field?
What Limpopo Tribune is bringing, it is for that grandmother at Sokwashika Mama who still get the taxi to go to Polokwane and travels more than 65 km to go get a paper. And that young person who wants to know what is happening as far as careers opportunities are concerned, from Mabupane or Juno in Ramatala, from that child at Boko, at Matereke, and all the beautiful corners, and Asakopo, Venda, and Diane, who still travels kilometers to go get the paper. Limpopo Tribune is that paper that is available and would be available to their villages, where they will get it, because it's a free copy we will give them, because above all they have got the right to get information.
Okay. talking about that somebody who's at home, who doesn't have, I mean, like information, more especially when coming to career-wise. Before we could come there, né? I just want you to tell me, are you seeing an opportunity for competing with the then papers which are running, or you just want to go, I mean, like your own route? It's all about competition, or is it all about individuality?
I would believe the best way is that we are focusing on our lane. Ours is we're not pushing any agenda of anyone. Because there's a saying that he who owns the media owns the narrative. We are not abusing the narrative. Ours is to run our own race, our own lane. Our priority is to make sure that we inform, we educate, we entertain, and we ensure that our people are entitled to all the information. They know what is happening in their beautiful province, in this beautiful country that we live in. They should know what is happening as far as service delivery is concerned, as far as entertainment is concerned. We want a child in Muleji, Akomapi, when they have to dream and want to look for a role model, not to struggle to get into mainstream media. They should just, through the media that is at their disposal, be able to can say, no, just a village away, a stone away, there's a gentleman called Moremogolo. I want to be like you. We don't want our peers in Ramashashani to struggle to have role models they've never met and they will never meet.
Okay. So we know that each and everything derived from inspiration. You can't just start something without inspiration, without passion. See, so the moment you start to physically make something or create something, it simply shows passion. So what was the inspiration behind, and what led to its establishment?
Well, the inspiration behind is that I think credit must be given to the shower. Every time I get out of the shower, there's just massive ideas, and I think it's just, we are unique as human beings, and everyone has got that spot where they just become very creative. So with me was to come to this world and to live a life that matters, and to make sure that we are able to can set agendas. We are able to can leave a legacy, able to can make sure that we do the best that we can. So it was out of passion when we study media, to be inquisitive about who owns the media, and only to find out that ownership of media is still in the hands of the minority, and particularly as young people, and previously disadvantaged, and even black people in general. There's just less ownership of media. So that was the passion that drove all this dream.
Okay, I feel and guess that it doesn't cater for only people who are staying at Polokwane. It caters for the whole province, right?
The whole province.
So how has the reception been ever since, like the establishment?
Well, the reception is like the new, I would say, the media fraternity has given birth, and there's always that excitement when there is a new baby in the house. The reception so far is very nice. It's very encouraging. We are receiving it, and we are getting blessings from all corners of the province, and people from different professions and religions, all the sectors, and they're wishing us well. But there'll always be the Thomases of the world.
Those who believe by seeing.
Yeah, who believe by seeing, and now that they see, some are believing and some are still doubting, but I think through the blessings that we are getting in this beautiful and amazing province of ours, we are confident.
Okay. Look, Mr. Flamboyant, we at Limpopo here.
Yeah.
And Limpopo, we know that we have in 3 languages.
Yeah.
We have in Pedi, we have in Tonga, and we have in Venda.
Yeah.
So, is the newspaper gonna be distributed into the next that we're having, or it's only gonna be English?
Well, it's a mixture of all these languages. With English, dominating a lot. I would say with 80% our newspaper is in English. But don't be surprised when you get some Veneg in our newspaper. Our Veneg, we understand that those are the official languages that you've named. But we want someone in Bulobedi, when they read Limpopo Tribune, to can relate with it. If there is a story there where we need to speak the language they speak, regardless of how much it is a dialect. We must be able to can read so that they can have a sense of association with the paper. There is also a new feature which we have introduced, which is like Mzanzi Dal. You know, the language we speak in Mzanzi, and which one can say, is it an official language or is not an official language or what? But that's the language that you find in the newspaper, where in one of our most interesting feature called the Title Tato, which is Gozi. That's when you get to see this, how we play around with this language.
With you mentioning the issue of relating and association, so I want you to coin back to Limpopo. It's a heritage site. We know Limpopo for its food, like farm heritage. So what's Limpopo Tribune adding to the Limpopo heritage?
We are here to tell our stories, and to make sure that we tell untold stories. We are the biggest, groundbreakers of news. Ours is to make sure that the culture is preserved. Remember, there's a saying that says, until the lions get their own historians,
the hunter will always be glorified.
Exactly. If we are not telling the great stories of our beautiful province, nobody will ever come. And we should not sit and blame and say, no, they are misinterpreting our heritage. We are here to make sure that our heritage lives and is told, and the next generation, this generation knows about it, and the next generation that is going to come would know about it, because Limpopo Tribune is here and is here to stay.
Look, I know that we've started with many people. Some of them, they're back at home, they are not working. So is Limpopo Tribune based on Fanchap? Who do you know? Or it's just like the Arenela Fanchap? It's for everyone, more especially the graduates who have studied media studies,
which is also an appeal, to them, because there is high rate of unemployment in South Africa, particularly amongst young people. So Limpopo Tribune is owned by young people. It's run by young people. It's young people who work Limpopo Tribune, and we want young people to be part of this, so that we don't sit and say, you know what, there are no opportunities. So we make an appeal for them to to reach us, and because one of the first time when we took out applications, we were so flabbergasted to get more than 400 applications. That shows that people need employment. People want to be part of this, beautiful journey that we are having, and it is through those 400 applications where you find people with degrees and diplomas, people who have studied, and with lack of funds and resources, it just pains you that you wish you can take them all, but I mean, some other things that are not, impossible to take them on. But one of the good days, our dream will come true.
Okay, look, in each and every starting of everything, John, there'll always be that highlight. So what are the highlights so far?
Well, the highlights so far, it's top of the range of how we do our things professionally. If you visit our website, it's modern standards. It's the best of the best. We take pride in that. It's one of the most greatest highlights, and we're busy with a media tour where we go around, a radio station, community, mainstream to introduce the baby to the people. It has been one of the most exciting, but nothing humbles us than getting inspiration from our fellow peers, our parents who believe in us, and we just need the support from corporate and governments to make sure that Limpopo Tribune becomes the solution to one of the problems faced by the province and the country at large.
Okay, in reaching our closing, I just want to find out whether the paper will be free, more especially when coming to the hard copy. Will it be free or will it be purchasable?
Well, like we said, everyone has got the right for information. Stay in our constitution. The newspaper is going to be free. The only thing we want our people to keep in touch with us, to make sure that we strengthen and we broaden our distribution, to make sure that it reaches the people. So the paper is free.
Okay. So we know that we are waiting for a launch. And maybe before the launch, people are inquisitive. They want to know who's behind. Limpopo Tribune. So who are you working with? Who are your team?
Who's behind Limpopo Tribune? I think it has just been one of those. I've got a team of young, passionate people, a group of as a boys and girls, we are together hard at work to ensure that we continue to do the best. So it's a group of young people, very passionate, very professional, loving their job more than any other thing. So it's us. We are Limpopo Tribune, and I would always say, because it is for the people of this province, Limpopo Tribune is them, and they can't be Limpopo Tribune without them. So,
Limpopo Tribune is them, and they are Limpopo Tribune.
and they are Limpopo Tribune. So this is their paper.
So when are we expecting a launch? When are we officially launching the paper?
Yeah, I wish we will get headlines like an August occasion, a flamboyant launch. Our launch, because we're just checking in the president, and particularly now that we are into the COVID and the national state of disaster has just been extended. We want to do a launch that is going to accommodate a lot of people. So, but we did not use that as an excuse. We have hit the ground running. But the launch is coming. I can promise the people the launch is going to be amazing. The details we'll put them, because now we'll just be putting premature launches, because now we are in the new normal. The new normal. Tomorrow you can just wake up and things just went back to your level, whatever. So it's our prayer that we get out of the national state disaster. The country goes back to its normality, and from there then we should be able to get talk about our launch, which is going to be very amazing. And I think you're invited.
Yeah, I know.
The first
We'll definitely do. We'll definitely do.
invite.
Yeah. Talking Limpopo Tribune, aka Mr. Flamboyant Athanasius Masuma, from us to you, more special to the new baby. We wish you all the best, brother.
Really much appreciate, and it means a lot. Thanks for having us, and it's a pleasure.
No, it's always a pleasure, brother.
All right.
Shout out to the sponsors. These are the people who have always been with us. Dijon Lifestyle, Moremogolo Waters, and Mordec Promotion.